Homeless guy here. This is a easy fire, man. Just add spiritual juice to it. And this pine I have is a gift from a friend of mine at work, and real nice guy. But it's dry. It is just pine, but I got like 19 pieces of it, and I think I used 4 last night, and I've got 4 here tonight. Actually, one's left over from last night, so I'm not really sure how much I got left. And plus that MDF sticker there. Not MDF, particle board, sorry. So, the By the Fireside chat for January 13th, 2014. There's good and there's evil in this world, and the thing is, you can't see it. It's here, but our human eyes cannot detect it. And when we do good, well, let's just say when we don't do bad, there is less that the evil can do to us. And, well, I'm not really great and certainly not perfect. And I've been driving without insurance, by some estimations, since September. Now, I've spoke with law enforcement, and they've ran me and never had a problem with the insurance. It's all checked out. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I have been frantic over the last week to get insurance because Satan could stick me, man. If I just got pulled over and they figured out I didn't have insurance, apparently they could take my vehicle. And you know what, for homeless guy, that sucks because my vehicle is my home. And SR22, I think I got high rates now. Wait till I have to pay an SR22. So I forked out the money because homeless guy has some money in the bank. I'm like $400 less now, but I have insurance. And I'm legal. So, thank you, Jesus. Puts me back another month. I mean, I'll be here at least another month. But, you know, with God's help, who knows, I might be out of here sooner. I've made some contacts at a church. Lots of people talking to me. And who knows, a blessing may be around the corner. I don't want nothing from nobody. I'm not here to beg. And I can't afford to borrow, and I won't steal. But there could be a gift around the corner that fixes my life. Actually, my life is already fixed. Just being homeless stuff isn't nothing, man. It's not an ideal situation by any means. I wish I could get closer with my lady friend. I'm not talking about sex, but I'm talking about our relationship growing. And you know what? Today, life for a homeless guy just ain't all that bad. I hope I'm not yelling into the phone, but this is not a smartphone, it's a dumb phone. It only has a microphone on one side, apparently, and the camera side. So if I let you see my face, you can hear me just fine, but if I'm letting you look at the fire, I'm on the other side, and I'm not certain about how well you can hear me. So it's all a crapshoot. Sometimes I put my finger over the hole where the mic is, which sucks. But anyways, it's a beautiful night. It's around 48, 49, 50. Very nice, very pleasant. Got a little fire. Don't really need it for warmth. It's like my comfort food. You know, like fried chicken. Just makes you feel good. I don't need a fire to ward off any predators. There are no predators here that affect me. Maybe my Mr. Mittens, you know, if it was an eagle or a big hawk or something, but not me. I'm not building the fire so that I can be safe. I'm building the fire so that I can feel good. And I feel good. I really enjoy my fires at night. Now, when there was 10 inches of snow on the ground and I had to scoop the snow away with my hands to find my fire pit and build a fire, that was a different story. I needed that fire for warmth. But not the case today. Don't know what time it is, so I guess I could look at my watch. "5:36 on a Monday. My lady friend's just getting off of work at the bank. And I'm hoping she texts me. But, I guess we'll see. I suppose she will. I don't think she hates me, but I'm not much of a conversationalist, and the last time we sat at McDonald's, oh, I'm sorry, scratch that, beep, bleep it out. Last time we sat at the well-known fast food chain that we frequent for coffee and maybe a little breakfast is we sat there and talked and shared hot water and coffee and watched her eat a Danish or something that they got there. It looks really yummy. But apparently she's not liking the fact that I don't conversate too much. I like to listen to what she has to say, but I don't really have nothing to say. I'm a homeless guy. My life is boring, uneventful, and but apparently she wants me to talk more. And the fact is, one of her texts is, "Well, if you want to be pessimistic, actually I don't like you." And so that was bad. But we've been texting, and I'm trying to understand that I need to not text all my thoughts and feelings and experiences. I need to save something new to tell her. And then maybe tell her, about the vacations I had when I was a kid and visited, Yellowstone and Grand Canyon, and all those are good stories. She just wants to hear talking. She says she's very well-rounded. She is educated and very spiritual. So I need to make an attempt to change how I am around her and do a little more talking instead of so much listening and silence. I am not after her for sex. I'm after her for something more. Of course, it may be a little different last week before I went to church. But my spirit is awakened, and there's something more than the physical. And I've seen it again, thanks to her. Something out there in the brush. Don't know what it is. Probably kitty. But certainly nothing's going to hurt me. So the wind's blowing from the south. It's a clear sky tonight. It's supposed to get down to 33, according to my stupid phone. And, well, that's like a spring day, man. I'm not going to have any issues. I hope nobody comes down here and harasses me. But, oh, and I seem to have lost my hatchet. That's a bummer. It's not where it should be. I've got one more place to look, but I don't think it's there either, because I don't remember putting it back there. So there's another $11 to buy myself a good hatchet. Or it might just be in the mess that I have, which I call home. Anyways, I need to go irrigate a little bit. Harry Potter from MASH, Colonel Harry Potter, says regular irrigation is good. And I feel like regularly irrigating, and so I better go do that. And I'll get back to you. This is Homeless Guy living in a minivan. Homeless Guy here. Well, it's Tuesday. I had an okay day. Kind of busy, worked by myself all day. Usually I have a crew. But, you know, the plant's kind of slowing down drastically. We're hardly getting any wood from our customers. I don't know why that is. So, we have other projects going on. They take people. I'm the last person in the whole plant that gets any help, basically. So, anyways, yeah, it's kind of a tough day, but, you know, no big deal. We're going to walk down to the river, the slough, and check the water level, because we've been doing this for a few days. It's about 36 out here now, I guess. It never really got warmer than maybe 40 today. It's going to be cold tonight, again. But, you know, I don't... Hi, Mr. Mitten. Now? Come on, buddy. Where's your girlfriend? Here he comes. There's that boy. There's a kitty. Anyways, yeah, whatever. I got my insurance yesterday. I'm very happy. Oh, wow. Okay. So, this is Homeless Guy living in a minivan. Let me see, the other day, that jar out there was at least 4 feet out. The water level was up here somewhere. There's those rocks that we couldn't find because they were underwater. So, yeah, this went down a good 10 inches or maybe a foot in the last day or so. So, it's very interesting how the water changes and stuff, but, well, it's just a game. So our marker today is going to be the lid of the jar is out of the water. And, well, why not? Let's put the rocks down here, too. Right on the edge of the water. So, yeah, so we can keep playing. The Homeless Guy has to have something to do. And it's very interesting about how this river swells and goes down. Really foggy out here today. Hi, buddy. Once I was fishing down at another boat ramp, and there was big rocks to sit on. And Mr. Mittens, he crawled on the rocks and no footing, you know. I mean, his claws don't grab in. He slipped and kind of fell in the water, and there was rushing current. But he managed to pull himself out of it. And he'll stand right in the water with his front feet in the water, waiting for me to pull my worm in because he thinks he wants to play with it, but it's in the water. So I don't really let him get to play with it, but he doesn't mind the water too much. We're going to walk around and see if we can find his girlfriend. Man, I hope she's a girl. Got a new food bowl today. You know, one of those that you can put food in one side and water in the other. Because on Thanksgiving Day weekend, I ran over the one I had. Because I put it out, you know, and another dead salamander. It's the second one I've seen up here, out in the road dead. But I put it out for him when he's outside, and I put it under the van in case it rains or something and his food stays dry. And then inevitably, I'll drive off and run over it. Well, that was a plastic food dish. You know, it had food in one side, water in the other, and I wrecked that one. So I've been using my own food bowl for soup or something, you know, a bowl for his food, and sharing it with his girlfriend. Put it under the van last weekend. I was going to eat a cup of noodles for dinner. I had a fire going. It's easy to put the pan on. The water boils really quick, and it's really easy to make. But then I wanted a bacon cheeseburger. Out of the blue, I just wanted a bacon cheeseburger. Midnight. See her? See how cute that is? Makes my day. So anyway, I decided I'm going to town and get a bacon cheeseburger. And yum, God, I love bacon cheeseburgers. And ran over his food bowl, which was my food bowl. It's all over the ground here. See, it was not a good thing. So I've been, you know, he has to eat, but now I have nothing to feed him in, so I've been putting the kibbles on the floor board of the van, and he's been eating that way. Today, I obtained another food bowl from the less than $1.01 tree store. Cut! Less than $1.01 tree store. And, hi, Midnight. God, I love him. I haven't got to touch her yet, but she got really close to me last night by the fire. She's getting warm. So, there's the new food dish. And you might notice it's not under the tires. So, right now we're just going to walk. Mittens is going to follow me, and so will his girlfriend, hopefully. God, I hope she's a girl. I have issues about, let's say if he's a boy and they loving on each other like that, but you know, he's his own kitty. He's got to be able to live like a regular person and make his own choices. But out here, you know, you don't get many choices. But I can guarantee you one thing. If I was only one of two men left on the earth, there wouldn't be no sex on the earth unless it was from animals. So that's why I'm hoping. That's the best way I can put it. But I'm coming to realize that, you know, whatever they do doesn't really affect me. It affects the world we live in, though. And sad they can't see that. Yeah, it's kind of chilly tonight. I'm going to get my fire ready pretty quick. And because it's a good night for a fire. If it's dry, it's a good night for a fire. Especially when it's cold. But I don't care how cold it is or how warm it is. If it's raining, it's not a good night for a fire. So I don't have fires every night. Anyway. Really happy that I have insurance. It just cost me a lot and set me back again. So I guess you'll see more video. No. Come on, you guys. One guy asked me today, you been looking for apartments or any houses or anything? I said, no. He says, what, you like living in your minivan? I said, no. What he doesn't understand is when I get up a little bit of money, there's always something that I need to spend it on. You know, like the $85 to get the key out of my ignition. The one day missing work, there's another $100. $400 for a down payment for insurance last night. And, you know, $1,000 can dwindle down to 200 pretty quick. And it just seems like I'm always starting over. And it seems like I'm never going to get out of this. That's what it seems like. But I'm going to church, and I believe in miracles, and I think something good is going to happen. As far as my lady friend goes, I don't know, man. You know, she wants to be spiritual and non-sexual for the rest of her life, I think. And not marry because she's against that, because her belief says that would make me an adulterer. And I'm like, you know, it's okay, because I'm already forgiven for all my sins. Being an adulterer is not going to send me to hell. So, but I can't make her believe that. She's been in this religion for 25 years or so, and so I'm having issues. I'm being her friend, and friends is good enough for now. She's very special. But if I have no future with her, you know, if I have no future with her, why? Why should I try, and why should I keep going? Except that she's the only lady friend that I have. There's one at work I could probably have, but not for a serious relationship. And that's what I want. I don't care if it takes me a year. I want my lady friend that I've been courting lately. So anyways, I need to go collect some firewood out of the woods and get the fire pit ready. I'm really happy to have insurance, but I'm not happy to have spent all that money. Because this never ends. And if I didn't have a spirit inside me that knows something good is going to happen, I would be sad. But I'm not sad. This is just the way it goes. One guy asked me today, he says, you want to buy a truck? I'm selling it really cheap. It's four-wheel drive. It's got all this turbo stuff on it, and you know the transmission's been worked on. It's got big tires, and it's clean. And he only wants $1,500 for it, which is probably a really good deal. He just wants to get out of town. And I says, yeah, sure, I need a second home. And everybody laughed. It's funny, man. It is funny. It is funny. I'm not afraid to laugh about my homelessness. It's funny. I mean, some things of it are funny. I find humor in it. And it makes me smile. Because everybody knows I'm homeless, except for some of the new guys. And I'm not going to tell them. I'll wait till they figure it out for themselves. But it's like I got seniority over a lot of people there, but yet I'm the homeless guy. And, well, I mean, you guys know what I'm saying, right? It's just good to be able to laugh about your situations once in a while. I'm not proud of it. I'm not happy about it. I hurt and I'm sore, and I don't see no end to it, but you gotta laugh sometimes. You gotta smile. A life without smiles is wasted. Why be depressed all the time? I'm depressed enough as it is. But I'm really trying out here. I'm really trying hard. And you guys know I'm not faking it, right? I wouldn't come out here every night and make a video just to fake it. So, anyways, I don't know if you can see them, but two kitties over there. This is homeless guy. I've got to collect some firewood. I'll get back to you. So, there we go. Still light enough out here for you to see me, I hope. It's really foggy. Or getting foggy. A little fire juice and a fire. Now, a lot of that's paper still burning, but I'm hearing some cracking, so, you know, I'm hoping for the best. All I need is get a little coal bed going here. And we'll be good to go. I hate it when the wind changes directions, and then you gotta move. So, anyway, thank God for my life. Thank God for Joyce. And thank God for this fire. And thank God for you guys. All of this wood that I'm getting from the plant, all of these are like too short to really be used for stickers, or they're cracked or something. And I got guys there now saving piles of wood for me that I don't even want it. I mean, it's just too much to load in the van. Some of it's painted with this highly toxic, probably, paint, as if MDF and particle board's not toxic enough. You know, we put this UV clear on it, or some UV top coat, or some paint, and I don't want to be breathing that crap. But, I mean, there's a quarter of a cord sitting there waiting for me. Some guy stacked for me today. I'm not going to pick it up with my heister and haul it and put it in the back of my minivan. There's no way. Throw it away. I have enough stashed. Thing is, on Thursday we're having the FDA come in and inspect their property, because the loan that they got to build that plant was through the FDA, and they need an inspection. Now we're having a GI party tomorrow, get it all cleaned up, because if it's clean, they're not going to even question nothing. They'll just walk through and they'll be gone in an hour. But if it looks like it does now, they may inspect some stuff and be here longer. And I had some guys help me clean up my area today. It looks pretty good. But I don't want them to see stacks of wood laying around and somebody to say, oh, that's for the homeless guy. You know, I'm going to put as much of it as I can in the back of the van tomorrow, because that's part of my cleanup. And I'll use it. I'll stash it out in the woods here. But some of the stuff I don't even want. Anyways, fire's going okay. I didn't text my lady friend today because I felt like I was pushing. I'm always been pushing, I guess. And I usually text her right when I wake up and right when I get to work and at lunch. But I didn't do none of that today. After I got off of work, right before I got down here to where I call home, I received a text. My pocket was vibrating. And so when I parked, first thing I did was looked at my phone, and she had texted me that she hopes I'm having a good day, and she's got a meeting after work, a work meeting, and so I guess we'll text later. I told her I hope you're having a good day too, and my day went fine. So I'm hoping she'll text me back again. See, I'm testing something. I want to know if I don't text her, is she still going to text me? Apparently so. That's fog, folks. Pretty much going to sock us in tonight. This homeless guy here. It's still Tuesday. My fire is kind of burning down. I got more to put on it, but it's nice and warm. The wind keeps changing directions, which isn't really great because I got to keep moving. But, you know, it's really cold out here. Maybe 34 or 35 right now. Not really an issue. You know, I lived through 12 degrees below zero. But, you know, so I'll be nice and warm when I crawl in bed. But right now it's kind of chilly. This fire is nice. So, you know, I'm out here, man. I'm working. I'm all legal. I eat okay, but it costs me a lot of money to eat. It's not like I used to have, you know, the home cooking I'm used to. But I would like to say something on behalf of the homeless people in America. You know how many people there are out there that don't even have it as good as I do, and my life sucks? They have to sleep under a bridge, maybe with a wet sleeping bag, or building a shelter out of sticks because they're homeless. And they have nothing, and they have nothing. They don't have a job, they don't have an income. Maybe they got food stamps. But now the fire is blowing right at me. You know, you see those people standing on the street corners with their bedroll and maybe sitting on a bucket, holding a sign saying, "Just need tacos," or "Why lie? All I need is a beer." Some of these guys, they're hurting, man. And when you drive up to them and they're on the corner and you're waiting for the stoplight and they're holding their sign out, says, "God bless, anything helps." And you don't look them in the eye because you're adjusting the heater on your Mercedes or your Beamer or your big-ass Ford truck. You don't want to look them in the eye. You look somewhere else. I know you do. You look somewhere else. These people, all they need is some help. Now, I don't care if you give them $100. That's not going to fix their situation. What we need to do as a nation is stand together and do something about the homeless population. Help them. Not hinder them. Not frown upon them. Because we should all be treated as equals. $100 ain't going to help them. What they need is for the world to come together, the nation to come together, and do something about the homeless population. Many of these people are veterans that have served our country and live cold with no roof over their heads, sleeping on sidewalks. They're lucky if they have a tent. I have a minivan. I'm way luckier than they are. I didn't serve my country. I don't expect a handout. They should not have to expect a handout. Our country should take care of them. They served our country regardless. And the people that are homeless because of the stock market crash or whatever in 2008, why not take care of them? All of our tax dollars are going to pay bonuses to millionaires and billionaires. Why not pay some to the homeless? Let's get these people out of this life. Let's let them live in something. Even if it's meager, let them have a home and a roof over their head. Let's put some time and some money into this. What do you think, people? This is supposed to be a government of the people, not a government of Barack Obama. We should be living life and helping people. And these people need help. I'm homeless. I'm not asking for your help. But there's people out there that need your help. There's people out there that need rescued. They need someplace to sleep. You know how long their lifespan is decreased by living outside? I have kitties. And I know for a fact I've had kitties all my life. Outside kitties do not live as long as inside kitties. Outside humans don't live as long as inside humans. All we gotta do is get them a place inside. All these homes going up, why aren't some of them not set up for the homeless, the low income? Why isn't the government subsidized? Why? Billions of dollars go into nothing in this country. Why not put some of it into protecting our people from the cold? Why should they have to sleep on sidewalks or under a bridge in a wet sleeping bag because it rained the night before and the laundromat won't let them dry it unless they wash it and they got no money? Why? It's because we all think we're better than they are. We don't look them in the face. We adjust our heaters in our minivans while we're sitting at a stoplight just so we don't have to look them in the face when they got a sign out saying, please help, hungry, cold, veteran, God bless. And we don't even look at them. They are the ones that made your life. They are the ones that kept this country free. You got 60-year-old people out there standing on a street corner begging for alms. And there's something not right with that. You have to get out of yourself and help people. I was invited to a church dinner one night. This guy's 80 years old, was going to be at that church dinner for free. And he's homeless. Okay, now let's not just take care of our veterans, let's take care of our seniors. What is wrong with this nation today? And it's not getting any better. Minimum wage went up at the first of the year. Well, thank God for the people making minimum wage. My wages haven't went up for 3 years because I'm making more than minimum wage. And I was talking to a guy at the store that owns the store the other day, and he says cigarettes are going up because of taxes and all tobacco products and beer. And I says, yeah, everything seems to be going up but wages. And he says, well, don't worry because minimum wage is going up, and one of these days it'll catch up with you. And then everybody's going to be making the same wage, and the government will have full control of everything. Well, that's the first time I heard that, but you know what? That sounds true. I think it's time for a revolution, folks. Anyway, I don't know where this is going, but I wish I could make a difference. All I know is I'm out here, and I'm doing it, but I'm not dying. It just seems like I'm going to be homeless forever. And I'm sure a lot of the veterans and the old folks and the people that are homeless without a minivan to live in are feeling the same thing. And what I want you to do as a nation is to step up and do something for the homeless. You know what? This is not an easy life. You might be watching this on TV, and there might be a guy sleeping on a sidewalk on the street you live in, or underneath the lights at a dairy mart or something. We need help! Can't you understand that? I don't personally need help. I'm going to be okay. But there's people out there a lot worse off than I am. And homeless people need an advocate. And I want to be that advocate. I want to put this out there for the nation. Help the homeless. Help the veterans. Help the homeless veterans. Help the homeless people in the world that are cold. The Egan Warming Center, good idea. How about the Egan, now you can live in a house center. How about giving them a place to stay so they can have a shower, so that they can look for work and feel good about themselves? How about that? You want to tax everything? You want to tax us to live in your town, but you don't want to take care of your homeless? Wrong answer. Well, anyways, I guess I've rambled on long enough, and thanks for putting up with me. This is Homeless Guy. I'm going to have to deal with this fire for a while. It's nice and warm. Probably 33 degrees out here now. We don't treat our population right. It's okay to give special rules to homosexuals, but we don't do nothing for the homeless, except give them food stamps. Try living off of food stamps. We don't give them a place to stay. We don't give them special rights. You know, we don't give them tax breaks. This world needs to change. This nation needs to change. This is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. Homeless Guy here. Well, I'm sure it's below freezing right now. And I walked out in the woods and got some extra pieces just to, it's only like 7 or 8 o'clock, man. I don't want to end my night yet. So I walked out in the woods and got some extra pieces of wood to burn just to extend the night, because I have to have some fun in my life. Well, the kitties aren't around. I wish they were. I haven't got a text back from my lady friend yet. And, well, that's probably not really great either. Even though I explained to her that I wish to be an advocate for the homeless people in America, the United States of America. And I think that's my calling, but I'm not sure. And she's very spiritual, so I thought maybe she would have some kind of inkling of what goes on or what I have to do. But she hasn't even got back to me yet. So maybe she's out with William. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a work meeting. Maybe it was a dance meeting. I don't know. Somewhere where at least she's being touched. Even if she's not receiving it as being touched, she's being touched. And I'm not being touched. I haven't been touched in fucking 3 months and 2 days. Talk about lonely homeless guy. This is me. Well, there's people out there worse off than I am. And that's what I'm out here for. And damn it, I have to put the wind at my back so I don't have smoke in my face. So that means my back never gets warm. And I'm cold. I hate this life. I don't like being homeless. I don't like being surrounded by fog where you can't see more than 100 feet in front of you. I don't like it that my kitty is missing. I don't like it that I have to... If it's 32 degrees outside, it's 32 degrees inside the van. If it's negative 12 degrees outside, it's negative 12 degrees inside the van. And my sleeping bag does pretty good, but it's not a bed. It's not somewhere where I can regulate the heat to 65 degrees all the time. I hate this life. And those who hate their lives shall save it. Those who love their lives shall lose it. It says that in the Proverbs. But I don't know, man, we're talking Old Testament, New Testament, because I'm living on New Testament time right now, where they say, Jesus died for you, and you're washed in the blood, and no matter what you can do can take that away from you, because the devil no longer has any teeth. And that's what I'm believing. And I believe it steadfast. I no longer need to repent for my sins because Jesus has already covered me in the blood. I pray for my forgiveness every day, more than once. But I'm not sure that I need to, because Jesus actually died, lost his life to save mine. He knew I was a sinner before he was born, and he died for me. All my sins are forgiven forever, regardless. We are living in a new age now, folks. After Jesus died, we are living in a new age. We no longer have to live by Old Testament standards. We don't have to live by the 10 Commandments. We're already washed in the blood. Those who walk in the Spirit are saved forever. That's what my lady friend is not understanding. That doesn't mean I can go and take somebody's life and still go to heaven. Because if I choose to take something that was not given to me freely by God, then even under the New Testament standards, I'm a sinner and I'm going to go to hell. The whole thing was within the Garden of Eden, you got everything. You can have everything you want. Just don't touch what I don't want you to touch. Well, they wanted to, and their sin was want. They wanted it, even though they wasn't given by God. It has to be given by God in order for it to be legal. Well, God put me and my lady friend in our paths and gave us to each other. But she's not seeing it like that. Anyway, who cares? It's something I have to work out, something she has to work out. My life goes on regardless. But this is something God put in our life, and she's not accepting it. I am, but her training is different. I spent many years training, and I know for a fact that the Old Testament standards are gone. The new covenant is here. It's been here for over 2,000 years. Why can't people understand that? Well, my fingers are freezing, so I think I'm going to let you go, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. This is Homeless Guy, living in a minivan. Homeless Guy here. Really foggy. Already 32 degrees. The weather on my phone says it's only supposed to get down to like 28 or 29. But it's already 32. And it's socked in fog. I don't know if you can tell. Maybe. Anyways, going to check the water while we still got a little light. Hardly any light, actually. But, well, after work today, I went and got myself some potatoes and gravy for dinner. And, wow, everything's out of the water. This is the jar that we put out there. Anyway, you can't see. It's a foot from the water line, so it's the river is dropping dramatically. So anyway, I got my refreshments and my dinner. I got a shower tonight and I shaved. I feel pretty good. I'm on my way back here from work, and my phone starts vibrating in my pocket, right? And I mean in my coat pocket. And it just kept going, and then it stopped going, and then stopped, and I got 7 text messages from my lady friend. And it was a damn 7-page Dear Jim letter. And that's not happy news for me. But she's kind of off and on all the time, so I don't know what to think. And she thinks I want more than just her friendship, and she's not ready for that, and so she says goodbye. But I'm actually, I'm not pushing her no more. I don't want her body. I want her. I want her spirit. I want her joy. I want her smiles. And so that's what I told her in a text. And, well, like usual, the woman's in control of the situation. So we'll see what happens. And I'm hoping for the best. Not preparing for the worst. Probably should be, but I'm not ready to do that. I think we'll be okay. She does like to talk and see her friends and have coffee and go to church, and that's all stuff we can do together. That's not sleeping together. That's not asking her for more than she can handle. God wouldn't give her more than she could handle. So anyways, looking at my watch, sorry about the video malfunctions. She'll be off of work in about 10 minutes, and I wonder if she'll text me. I think she's going to that little church tonight around 7, and I decided I wasn't gonna go, so she won't need to be afraid of me, and whatever. But I'm going on a Saturday morning breakfast and a Sunday morning service, so I'm doing okay, I think. But anyways, got me a little fire going, got a bunch of stuff from work. We had a GI party today because there's a VIP coming, somebody that permitted our building or something when it was built. So we cleaned it all up, and so I had some wood stashed to the side, and it looked like a pile of crap, so I took it all. Meow. And so now I got quite a bit stashed out in the woods, and this bit right here I'm going to burn tonight. So, anyways, yeah, man, it's cold. This is a homeless guy. I'll get back to you. Hi, homeless guy here. I think the best fire to date. Now that's a big old round in there, surrounded by a bunch of stickers that I got from the mill because we cleaned the mill today, and I took everything I could get. Actually, I missed out on a lot of stuff, but I put quite a few pieces back in the woods, and I burned like 12 of them tonight. And that's a big round in there left over from the New Year's Day celebration with the kids. I only have 1 or 2 left of those. But that's a big crackling fire. It makes homeless guy really happy. What doesn't make homeless guy really happy is I don't know if I got a girlfriend anymore. I think I might have saved our friendship, but that's not a girlfriend ship. But things aren't terrible. They're almost terrible, but they're not quite terrible in my life. You know, last night she asked me, so did you have any other options? Was there any other way, anything else you could do besides being homeless? And I told her no. I thought it through, I figured it all out, and the only thing I could do to benefit my situation was to build a bed in the back of this minivan, and I thought it would be like a 2-month ordeal. Well, I just passed 3 months, and I'm not any closer. But anyway, she asked that question. So now I'm wondering, is she prejudiced against me because I'm homeless? Because she's very spiritual, and she's very educated, and she's a very nice person, and a very upstanding person. And I'm wondering, is she starting to not like me because I'm homeless? Is she being prejudiced? I don't know. I don't see it. I can't think of her, but last night she asked me the question, was there anything you could do by any stretch of the imagination? Anything you could do besides being homeless? And I told her no. I thought it through. I built the platform in the back of this minivan because I knew this was my only way. It's just that I thought it'd be a quicker thing. And it's not quick. God, that's a fire hot. Anyways, I don't know what to do. She says, you got your church family. That was my purpose for meeting you. Goodbye. But then we've been texting tonight, and I told her, don't feel pressured, because she says she felt pressured by me sexually. Well, that's on her, too. But I'm not pressuring her. But I love her friendship, and I love her spirit. So I guess we'll see where that goes. That's the best fire I've had, folks, probably since I've been down here. That's a big fire. One big round in the middle, all those stickers around the edge, and it's hot. I feel like moving back. playing with the imaging on my phone, don't know what to do. I'm not tech savvy. But, anyways, I think I have to go, make a puddle. Remember what Colonel Harry Potter said, and he says regular irrigation is good. So I have to go irrigate. I wish my lady friend would text me back, but she's probably in church right now. The fact is, I kind of hate this life. If my lady friend is backing off, what do I got left? Go to a church where there's mostly old folks, way older than I am. And how am I supposed to get a girlfriend there? Tell me how. I'm not going to get a girlfriend in a church of old folks. So I don't know what to do. But I need a girlfriend. This is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. Maybe not tonight, but maybe I will get back to you tonight. I don't know. It's Wednesday, January 15th. Wow, I hope you can hear that fire we're going. I'll get back to you. Homeless Guy here. Here's the remnants of our fire from last night. Still smoking. Got some wood to start. This is going to be easy fire tonight. There's my mitten. My big Mr. Mitten Kitten. Looking for his girlfriend. Everybody's looking for a girlfriend. There she is. Hi, Midnight. Go eat. I put food out. Hi, girl. Well, the kitties are playing. It's about 31 out here right now. I'll walk down and see how the river's doing. I don't think we left any markers yesterday because it had receded, so a few days ago, yesterday, the water level was maybe a foot away from that jar. Now it's almost to where I marked it the first time. There's that stick somebody else left. But, so it keeps going down. What's going on, Mitten Kitten? He's playing with his girlfriend. Who can blame him? Well, speaking of girlfriend, you know, I don't really call her my girlfriend. I call her my lady friend. Because we're not really to the point of being boyfriend and girlfriend yet. First couple dates were looking kind of good. But, you know, she's awakened my spirit and enlivened me with her smile. And I went to church last Sunday, and I'm going to go on Saturday for a breakfast in the morning, and, you know, I attend Sunday service again. But this morning, I get a text from her. It's like 7 pages long. You know, it's a Dear Jim kind of letter. Well, she says, you know, I've been through a lot too, so don't think I don't understand your situation. And it's not because you're homeless. It doesn't even play a part in it. It's not you. It's just me. But I've done my job that God gave me, and you have a church family now, so goodbye. Wow. Well, so anyways, I text her a little bit, and, I say, how about Bill? Oh, she says, I don't have friends. I just meet people. I steer them the way God tells me to steer them, and that's that. I don't have friends. I said, well, what about Bill? That takes you hunting all the time and shooting guns. And how about the guy that takes you to ballroom dancing lessons? Well, she got back to me and said, well, Bill takes me hunting, and he won't let me not be his friend. And the ballroom dancing guy was a one-time thing. There wasn't no sex involved, but my point is, she has friends. So what'd she do? Lie to me and say I don't have friends? She's a very spiritual woman. And I'm wondering if she's thinking right. But I can't say that really, because I don't know her. I don't know if she's got a problem or not. I think it's all just in her head. Well, that's a problem. It's her thinking. It's her religious background. It's her training in religion and the way she believes it. And she's putting God in a box, I think. But anyways, she was adamant that it wasn't me. It was her. She has no issues with me being homeless. But she has issues with something. She says that she feels like she's getting too close, and she can't let herself go there. Well, we can work through that. At first she was telling me, give me some time, because I want to build a lasting relationship instead of ruining a good thing with sex too early in a relationship. Now she doesn't even want to see me, I guess, or be my friend. Go figure. I mean, I'm not ugly. I'm not that great looking, probably. But I don't. No, I don't. I just don't get it. So I told her I don't get it, and it's not fair. But the women's going to run the relationship regardless. I'm pretty sure they always have, and I don't know if it's just in my life. But I'm not going to kill myself over it. Funny, the other day I was walking around in the woods waiting for a tree to fall on me. But that was before church. Before I went back to church. But I'm not going to touch it. Somebody was down here keeping warm, and they weren't using my fire pit. That's a used condom, folks. At least it's not a needle. And I try to pick up garbage around here, but you know what? Not going to touch that balloon. So, anyways, I'm kind of shaking inside. I'm kind of hurt. I think she's wrong. She's letting something go, a good thing go. I'm not saying me, but I'm saying the relationship that we could have. And it's just a trip, and I don't know what to think about it or do about it. Well, are you crying? What wrong? Your girlfriend don't want to play? He's calling for his girlfriend. He's so cute. His girlfriend. Oh, here she comes. Even my kitty's got a girlfriend. Me, I just got a kitty. And a quote-unquote church family. I don't think too many church people pick a homeless guy for a boyfriend or whatever, but they're sure cozy when I'm in church. But they're all twice my age. Not really, but I mean, most of the folks I go to church with are older than me. And, you know, I'm sure all the girls are taken. They all are. We're walking. Me and Mr. Mittens and Midnight. So anyways, that's my story for the day. It's a trip because I got that text, 7 pages I had to scroll through. And that was yesterday on the way home I got that. Yeah. So I can't even think. But she wrote it at 7 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get it till after 4, which is weird. It's like she write it all and reread it and everything, save it to her drafts, and then send it? Or, you know, was my phone screwing up? That's up in the air, and I don't have any answers for you. But then I text her good morning today, and she says, I'm surprised you're still talking to me after what I wrote to you. And I don't know if she meant, why are you talking to me? Or, I'm surprised you're still talking to me. Because maybe she feels regret or something. I don't know. But I got no clue. I can't get into that woman's head. She's meow. Hi, Mitten. She's very spiritual, and I keep saying that. But, you know, it seems that you'd come to a point, at some point, where you kind of understand where their head's at. But this one, I'm just not getting it, and I'm not even sure, because she keeps changing it, or something, or she thinks differently for a minute, and then she writes it down, and then she doesn't think the same, or I'm not really sure, man. All I know is I think God had more planned for us than she's going to allow. And, you know, if God's really in control, God's plan will come to fruition. But we all have our own free will, and we can walk away if we want. And that's the issue I'm having in my heart. I'm having faith, but I think she's going to ruin it. So, you know, maybe she's not down here to teach me something and move on. That's what she thinks. But maybe she needs to learn something too. I would like to free her up. She's in a box. And she's in a shell and in a box, which is hard to explain, but that seems to be the case. Anyways, it's another cold and beautiful day for homeless guy and lonely homeless guy. I'm going to pan around and let you look at it. Home sweet home. New kitty food bowl for my Mr. Mittens because I ran over the last one. See those shattered pieces? Anyways, it's below freezing out here. Can't wait to get this sparked up, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a while before I spark this fire back up, and it's gonna be easy to start tonight. It's still smoldering, but I don't start it when it's still real perfectly light outside. I'm afraid somebody's gonna come down, and you know, so I wait till it's almost dark. Then I'll fire it up, go get some wood out of the woods, and my friend that gave me a bunch of that split pine, he moved out of his house and left hundreds of cords of wood behind that he'd split for somebody, and so I get no more free wood from him. And that kind of sucks. But actually, I think I just got him fired today because he was being a donkey's butt or something and telling me how to do my job. I've been doing that job for so long. My bosses don't even care to look at what I do because they know it's going to be right the first time. And this guy, he's new, and he's telling me how to do my job and talking to my bosses over my head. And that's not going to fly. And I reported him to my boss. And my boss already has issues with that gentleman, and I don't even know if he's going to be there tomorrow. It wouldn't break my heart. He's a good guy. He's okay. He has issues. We all have issues. But as far as a production worker, as far as being a subordinate, it's not in him. And so I can't work with him, and I won't work with him. If they want me to work with him, I'll go home. And once he gets everything good and screwed up, then they'll can his ass. But I don't wish that on no one. But, you know, there's certain people. And I'm telling you, I like the guy. But I can't work around him. I'm his boss, his lead. I'm only there to show him and to make sure he's successful. But he won't listen. He thinks he can run the show better than all of us. And we've been there forever. So, and he's just started. You gotta shine, man, when you're a temp trying to get hired on in a place. And he's not shining correctly. He's not shining in the right way. He's standing out, for sure. You know, with his hands in his pockets or wandering around. And so if he watches this video, he's probably not going to watch another one after this one because now I'm belittling him. But he done it to himself. I have a job to do there. I have to make sure everything gets done properly, and I can't afford somebody backstabbing and backpedaling, you know, taking my work and reversing it, and so they get nothing done. I work in production, and when you got to go backwards, you're not going to make it. And I'm not going to explain the whole story right now, but I guess that's enough talking bad about him. I'm getting pretty close to this kitty. Hi, Midnight. She'll come. I'll put that food bowl right next to my chair when I'm enjoying the fire, and she'll come up and eat. But if you wiggle, she's out of here. But she's cute and hungry. Midnight. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Hi, girl. What a pretty girl. See how close we can get. It's kind of hard to sneak up on a kitty. See, she's looking. She says, uh-oh. Oh, you're taller now. But she's hungry, so she's going to hang out for a while. Hi, Midnight. Pretty girl. She's so little because she's been malnourished, I think, from being homeless. But she lived through the negative 12 degrees temperatures down here, just like I did. And mittens. But she was outside. I was in the van. But I tell you what, negative 12 outside the van is negative 12 inside the van. Until you turn the heater on, it wastes a lot of gas. But it is cold. Hurting cold. Anyways, I need to go enjoy a refreshment and get in the van where it's a bit warmer for a while. This is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. I'll see how close we can get to this kitty before I click you out. Hi, Midnight. There's a good girl. Good girl. She's scared. But not running away, just walking away. That's a good thing. I'll get back to you. This is Homeless Guy. Still got a smile. Guess I don't got a lady friend. Bye. Hi, Midnight. Alright, Homeless Guy here. It's probably about 29 degrees out here now. Maybe 28. Got a nice fire going though. All I had to do was put a napkin under it and blow it into flames with all that wood that was already smoldering, and throw some more on it that I got from my stash out in the woods. And got me a pretty nice fire. Now, this is another By the Fireside Chats by Homeless Guy living in a minivan. So, I texted my lady friend tonight. I got this thing planned. I asked her, well, did you wrap him really nice and pretty? Hopefully her answer is going to be, who? And then I'll say, God. I mean, you got him in a box. Hopefully you wrapped him pretty. Because she does. She has God in a box. She doesn't see that there could be other things than what she thinks there's going to be. And I do not believe our relationship ends with me going to church. I just don't believe that. I think there's more. And I don't care how long it takes. I'm not even looking for a physical interaction right now. I'm just looking for a friendship. And to grow into something more, because I don't want to put God in a box either, but just in case there's a chance that this could be something more, she's a wonderful woman, and I'd love to spend the rest of my life with her. So I'm not willing to let this go. One of her texts says, you're still talking to me? You know, after all that she said to me, which changes kind of day by day almost. But, so I'm kind of hoping she gets back to me so I can play the rest of this game on her and maybe open her eyes. Because maybe there's something more going on. Maybe she's not just supposed to get me back to church. Maybe I'm supposed to do something for her too. Like liberate her from sin that she feels through guilt. And I don't know. But it's a possibility. And I'm not willing to give up on God's work right yet. Not that I'm some kind of saint and then I'm doing God's work. But maybe, I mean, he could have put me in her life just like he put her in my life. It's a possibility. So, another By the Fireside Chats, just talking about my relationship with this lady friend of mine. Because I can't call her a girlfriend. She's a girl. And she's a friend. But maybe she's not a friend. She doesn't even want to be my friend no more. She thinks she's done her job and now she's moving on. That's what she thinks. She done God's will and now she's got to move on. Well, that's not necessarily true, but that's how she's seeing it. And I just don't get it. So, anyways, I don't get it and it's not fair. That's another text I'm going to send her, but I have to prolong this until God has a chance to work his will in her life. That's my calling. She has one to get me back to church. And that worked out. I'm really happy about that. But I think I also have a calling. Did you see that? That was cool, huh? Fire falling apart. Now I got twice as many logs to put in. So let's do that. We'll put the big one over here so we get the heat, because the wind's blowing this way. And then I gotta walk in the smoke and get all Homeless Guy smelling. And we'll put that one right there. Yeah, that's working out. See, that big chunk in there was left over from last night. And I got 2 more rounds in the woods. And after that, I don't know what I'm doing for big wood, but I get all this stickery stuff from the plant I work at. So it doesn't matter. You know, I'm not going to be out here forever anyway. All I need is a fire that makes me feel good. Doesn't need to keep me warm because it's not that cold. It's only 28 or something. But it keeps me warm and it makes me feel good. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. If fire gives me a chance to burn up a lot of my trash, you know, I blow my nose and have napkins laying around, and I have boxes from like cup of noodle soup that I eat regular, and you know, stuff like that. I just keep it because I'm gonna start my fire with it. Plus, it helps get rid of the garbage in my van. But yeah, it's I kind of am not enjoying this life, especially when I keep having setbacks, like having to pay insurance, almost $400 for the first month, and you know, all the crap like that happens. It's just it's too much. But I know God has a plan. I have a plan. I'm out here for a reason. And I knew it from the beginning. I knew it before October 12th that I was going to be homeless. But not forever. But I didn't know it was going to be this long. It's been 3 months and 4 days. My prayer is that God protects me and provides for my future. Because there's got to be something more. And, you know, it might be the RV park that I'm supposed to be going to stay at. But first I'm going to need a trailer. I've been talking to my brother, and that trailer that was available apparently a month or so ago, he hasn't heard nothing about it now. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. But that's a 25 or 30 foot trailer for $1,000. Nice trailer, he says. Now, if I had $1,000, that'd be great. But I keep having to fork out money to get my broken key out of the ignition, to buy insurance, you know. But I'm still looking at a month, and I can have that money up. Plus, the space rent is $300. So I need, if I don't plan on having any money to live on, at least $1,300, if this works out. But you know, I don't need a 25-foot trailer, but from the sounds of it, I want the one he's looking at because it's very nice. But, you know, I could get me a 16-foot or something. It's off-season for camping right now. I should be able to get something for $600. And I keep praying, and I keep hoping. I'm just trying to make it here. Now, they say these cans don't burn very well, but actually they melt away in like 30 seconds in a hot fire like this. But then they fall out and they're only half, but they're still half. And they need to all go away. I don't care about the 5 cents. I just don't want to see somebody taking see me taking them back. Usually I take them in and to the town, and there's a boat landing where they got a can recycle barrel. But instead of putting them in the barrel, I'll leave them in a bag outside the barrel so that the homeless or the needy can get them. Because I don't give a shoot about 5 cents. 5 cents ain't going to make me or break me. And I'm supposed to keep it cleaned up out here, so I burn them. If I put a reusable plastic bag, which they call one-use plastic bags nowadays, in my van full of beer cans, then they spill, and then my van smells like beer, and I'm not going to have that. So this is what I do. Got the van running to warm it up for when I decide to crawl in and go to bed, and I guess I should go shut that off now because I'm burning fuel. So you're not going to be able to see none of this, but it's going to take me like 30 seconds. Yeah, nice and warm in there. Mr. Mittens and his girlfriend, Midnight, are running around somewhere waiting for him to come eat. But as for me, I'm sitting by a nice warm fire. It's not very big, but it's getting the job done. Because, you know, homeless guy, when it gets dark, there's nothing to do. So what am I supposed to do? I used to go to bed as soon as the sun set. And, well, that's like at 5 o'clock nowadays. And then I gotta sleep till 5 when my alarm goes off. And that's just a waste of life. So my fires help me stay up a little bit later. And I still don't go to bed real late. But it's not like I crawl into bed when it gets dark, because there's nothing for homeless guys to do when it gets dark. You're done. You're done. When it gets dark, you roll out the bag, man. And so for the first part of this journey, I was sleeping like 10 or 12 hours a night. Not really sleeping even. You know, you call in bed. You buy a stupid game that you can play on your phone for a few hours before you fall asleep. But you're in bed. You're horizontal for a long time. And that's not good for you. And fire helps me stay healthy. It helps me stay happy. And it gives me a chance to live. Instead of just working, coming down here, going to bed, waking up, going to work. You know. Anyways, my brother's supposed to call me back in a few minutes. He was in Oak Ridge picking his girlfriend up from something. And he's going to call me back and talk to me a little bit more about that trailer or something else. Plus, I got the story to tell him about my girlfriend, that she's not my girlfriend no more. And so I should probably let you go. I'm glad you got to enjoy this fire with me for a while tonight. And it's continuous drama in homeless guy land. So I'm glad I got to vent a little bit. Thank you very much for being there. This is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. Well, my plan didn't quite go as I thought. Because I said, well, I hope you wrapped him up real pretty. And I really wanted her to say, who? Then I could say God. You know, since you put him in a box, you probably should have wrapped him up real pretty. But she knew what I was talking about, and she texted back and says, "He cannot be contained." Well, that threw me for a loop because my whole plan went away. You know, so I had to come up with something else, and I says, "Oh, but you have done it quite well." And she hasn't gotten back to me, so I don't know if that might have been the end of that. But, I mean, it's true. I told her, you know what, you were putting my life for some reason to get me back to church maybe, but maybe I was putting your life for something too. But yet I haven't heard nothing back. And it's a good thing. I mean, maybe I was putting her life for something. I mean, I'm not being dishonest. I'm not trying to get in her pants. I am trying to be her friend. I'm trying to prolong this. I'm trying to make a relationship down the road. That's the way we started for the first 3 dates. She says, "No, I don't want to have sex. I want to. I don't want to be in a room alone with you because I'll take you." That's what she said. I won't be able to control myself. I want to build something for the future. That was the first 3 dates. We've had several dates since then, and all she's done was back off and back off and back off. But I think there's something more that is planned for us. I don't know if it makes any sense. You guys are probably laughing and thinking I'm just some dumb homeless guy. But you know what? I'm clean. I'm shaven. I work. I'm an upstanding citizen. I have a license to drive a vehicle. I have insurance. And I'm just like you. Except for the fact that I live in a minivan. And I don't think too many people do that. I don't think too many people can do that. On behalf of all the homeless people in America, please treat us like equals. We're just like you. We're just like you. This is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. Going to do a little by the fireside chat tonight. See that was cool. I always love it when I see stuff happen. Ow. Last night I had a little fire going like this, and some high school kids came down and says, "Do you mind if we hang out? We're going to bring some wood and have a fire and just hang out for a few hours." I said, "That's fine." And we decided that, you know, my van's parked way over there. I already had a little fire going. They had wood in the back of their truck and a chainsaw, and they went and cut more out in the woods. And there was like 6 or 8 or 10 of them when it finally was at the height. And they were all gathered around the fire, which is my fire pit, with a lot of wood on it, a big fire. And I was sitting by my minivan in my lawn chair watching them. It was kind of fun. And the fire was nice. And then I was sitting there drinking a beer. Those kids don't drink. Good for them. And then the police came down. And I see them down here once in a while. They don't even care that I'm here. They just wave and keep going. But today, yesterday, last night, about 8:30, I guess, they came up. I was sitting in my lawn chair and arrested me for DUI, driving under the influence. Well, I was sitting in my lawn chair with my door open, with the music going for the kids, And they said, please stand up and put your hands behind your back, and I did everything they said to do. And I was in jail for a long time, from Friday night till like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, almost 5 o'clock on Saturday. And I hated it. In Eugene, it's all bricks and everything echoes, and I can't fucking stand it. I can't fucking stand it. I saw a release officer for the circuit court, and he released me, and I was still there for 3 or 4 hours. And I was going crazy. In fact, I think I am crazy. They charged me with DUI, and I didn't even move that van since I got off of work. I parked it there, and I wasn't even driving. And they charged me with resisting arrest, which I didn't. I stood up, I put my hands behind my back, I did everything they told me to do. So I think I can beat that in court. And, but it cost me a whole day of my life. Like a trapped animal in a fucking cage. I'm used to being out here where there's wide open spaces, and then you get put into a cell full of bricks where even if you cry for help, it just echoes and echoes and echoes, and I hate it. So, finally, I get out, right? And, because they released me, but they put me on a mental hold because they thought I was suicidal. Motherfuck, when you're in there, you're suicidal. There's no question about it. I would rather be dead than be in jail. And finally, though, on a Saturday, the mental health guy finally gets there and talks to me and releases me. Then I got to wait another hour to get the hell out of there because of paperwork. But then I'm walking downtown, trying to get home to my minivan. Well, I'm thinking, when you get arrested for DUI, whether it's my fault or not, and it wasn't because I didn't do it, they're going to tow your van away. Well, that sucks, because guess what? My van is my home. Everything I own is in there. And everything I need to go to work is in there. And my kitty is in there. And my kitty food is in there. And I was really stressing, man. Really, really stressing. And I went to, I got out on the road. I had money in my wallet. They took it out and gave it to me in a special bag so that they knew that it was there. They give me all my stuff back, including my cell phone, my cigarettes, but they take your lighters. So I had to find a store to buy me another fucking lighter. And, hi, midnight. And I'm 30 miles away from where I stay. Well, the funny thing is, when you're pulled over for DUI, your car's not left on the side of the road. They impound it. So I called the impound yard, which is by the courthouse. They got a special one for the sheriff's office. But they were closed, of course, on a Saturday. I couldn't get any information whether my van was impounded or not. I figured it was. I called a buddy of mine, told him the story. He said, in a fence like that, yeah, they probably took your van. Well, that's my fucking home. I called my lady friend, who doesn't even want to be my friend no more, because she's getting too close and too personal. I texted her and I said, I need a ride. And she said, from where? And I said, Eugene. And she says, if you don't tell me a story, I have no interest in coming and getting you. So I called her instead of texting her, and I told her where I was and what I was doing. The traffic was loud, couldn't even hardly hear her. She doesn't know Eugene, so I picked a kind of a landmark, and she says, "I know where that is. I'll meet you there." Thank you. And but she says it's going to take me a few minutes to get ready because I'm not even close to being ready to go anywhere yet. And it's about 1.5 miles I had to walk or so to get to that spot. And I was there before her, and I bought a coffee because I hadn't had any coffee and I had a caffeine headache. And fuck. She picked me up, and she says, "Are you warm enough? Are you cold? Do you need something to eat? When was the last time you ate?" And I said, they fed me a bologna sandwich last night. And which is true. And I hate jail food. And so we decided that on our way back to where I stay, which is a good 20-mile trip, 30 miles, she came out to get me. And this is the woman that didn't even want to be my friend no more because she was afraid of getting too close. And she picked me up. I probably smelled like crap because I'd stood in the fire smoke all night the night before with the kids. And I think I probably was smelling like actual crap because, just because. And she gave me a ride in, and she says, "Let's stop at this well-known fast food chain, and you have to eat." And I said, "Well, okay, but I need to use the restroom," because I wanted to wipe to make sure I wasn't stinking, right? But first I wanted to, she says you have to eat, so I went with her to the line, and she told me, "No, you go do your thing." And then she bought me 2 cheeseburgers and a fry, a French fry, and wouldn't let me pay for them. And she made me eat at least 1 hamburger, and I had some water, and she drank some hot water, and then it was time to go. I was looking through the paperwork they gave me at the release center at jail, and for anything that said that they impounded my van and where it would go, I'd already called them on my walk to get to where she was going to meet me at, and they said that it's after hours, so you can't get a hold of us. But if your vehicle was impounded, it's going to cost $120 plus proof of insurance, proof of valid license, plus proof of ownership in order to get it out. But we're not open on the weekends. I'm going like crap because all my stuff is in there. My clothes, my clean clothes for work and church, my kitty food, everything is in that van. And I was really stressed, and I prayed hard. I prayed really, really hard. My lady friend, when she picked me up, she knew I was totally shaken. And she says, "We're going to take you out to your van, and it might not be there, but don't worry about that right now. You can't worry about things you can't control." And if my van was impounded, my whole life was over. That's how serious it is. Everything is in there. My clean clothes for work, my kitty, my bed. It's my house. You can't take your house away. They can't take your house away and impound it. They can't. So after we were done with McDonald's and I ate my cheeseburger and I saved 1 and some fries for later, and we got in her car, and we were heading out here, and she's so cute. Her smile just lights the world. And she was being lighthearted and happy, but I'm stressing the whole time. And she says, "Don't worry about what you can't control." So I didn't. The whole time I prayed, and we finally get out here. It's about a 10-mile trip from McDonald's to get out here where I stay. I mean, well-known fast food chain. And praying, and my heart was breaking, man. My heart was breaking. My whole life was over if my van's not here. Because I'll be out here all by myself with no sleeping bag. I don't know if my mittens was in the van when they took it, or if he's out in the woods. And it's really foggy. But the lights shined on the van, and the van was here. They didn't tow my van. Thank you, Jesus. They didn't tow my van. Everything is fine. Everything. She says, you know, I thanked her. And she says, that's what friends are for. So, a blessing happened to me today, regardless of all of this. Meow! She's my friend. She didn't even want to be friends no more because she thought she was getting too close. Do you get it? Now she's my friend. That's a good starting point. And God has work to do in our lives. I know it for a fact. And the van's here. I had the key for it in my evidence bag, my collection, when they collected everything out of my pockets and out of the van that they needed. And they arrested me for driving while intoxicated. And I wasn't driving. So I'm going to beat this. I was sitting in a lawn chair. And so I'm going to be okay. This is all going to work out. Satan does not have a hold on me. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Then I was worried about the Mr. Mittens, and I walked back in the woods. It's all foggy. I kind of got lost, actually. Ended up on some private property somewhere, but found my way back. Didn't find the mitten kitten, though. But then I'm sitting here, happy that everything went well today, and rejoicing that I'm out of jail. And all of a sudden, I hear Mittens call for me. Meow! So I called for him, and in 2 minutes he was here. But it took me half an hour to find him and a couple walks in the woods, and I had to use the log. But everything is okay. Except for my voice is hoarse because I was screaming to let me out of the brick cell that I could not stand. You can't take somebody that lives out in the woods with the whole world around him and then put him in a brick cell. It is torture beyond belief. And so that's how I spent my Friday night and most of my Saturday. But tonight's Saturday, and I got a little fire going. We pulled up here. My van was here. I was so happy, thanking God, thanking my girlfriend, my lady friend, and they left my lawn chair sitting where it was. They locked my van up for me, give me the key back. There was a whole bunch of beer cans laying around from the kids, and I don't know how that happened because they weren't drinking when I was here. So that's a long story short, or a short story long, either way. And I'm happy to be out of jail. I'm happy to have my mittens back. And I'm totally blessed to have a friend like my girlfriend, my lady friend, and my van, which is my home. That may be why they didn't take it, is because that's my home. It was going to cost me $120 to get it out of impound, plus towing, and plus daily storage. I've been so blessed And I think I can beat the ticket because I wasn't driving. I was sitting in a lawn chair having a beer, watching the kids. So anyway, this has been another By the Fireside Chats with homeless guy living in a minivan. Going to church tomorrow morning. Service starts at 8:30. I was supposed to be at a breakfast this morning at 7 o'clock, a free breakfast for men group, and but I missed that. Thank you, Satan. But I'm still going to church tomorrow, and I can't wait. I really can't wait. I need to get Satan off my back. You know he has no teeth now. He's a lion with no teeth. He can't kill you unless you allow him to. I'm not going to let him win. I can't let him win. And God never puts you through anything more than you can handle. So my lady friend says that means I'm really strong because I'm going through all this. I'm going through all this. God won't put you through something you can't handle, that you're not strong enough to handle. And she says, well, you're very strong. Because I'm going through this. You know what? I'm at one point on the earth, and there's the whole world around me. And I'm naked. Not really figuratively naked right now. I'm trying to stay warm because it's cold. But I'm out here exposed to everything. Anything that anybody can throw at me, I'm out here. And so I guess I am pretty strong. I have some survival skills if I had to actually live without having a minivan or a lighter. I could live, but I don't want to. I asked my lady friend today, how come the meth addicts that sit around the house and do fucking crack all day got it better than I do? And she says that's because they chose to have their comfort now instead of later. And I says, how come I can't have it now and later, you know, when I get to heaven? And she says, where in the Bible did you see that? And I've read the whole Bible, every word of it, all the way through, at least once. And she says, where did you see that in the Bible? And I said, I actually haven't run across it. So, and she laughed. That was a funny thing to her. Because it's not in there. We're going to be persecuted through this life. You ever heard of Job? And I think about that all the time, the book of Job. They took my house, they took my family, they took my kids, they took everything. But God would not let them take their life, would not let him take his life. And today in jail, I was thinking of Paul being in prison, singing psalms, and the door magically opened for him somehow, and he was released. I wasn't released, but I wasn't singing psalms either. So I went through what I had to go through today and last night for some reason, and I think that reason was to make Joyce my friend. Because we're friends now. We're not lovers, and I don't even want that. I want her spirit to be in my life, and it is. And so thank you, Jesus. And I didn't want to turn this into a church show, but I can only tell you what I'm feeling and what I'm dealing with at the time. So that's what that is. Now I have to go irrigate. Colonel Harry Potter says, from MASH, regular irrigation is good. So I have to go regularly irrigate. And So that's my story for the day, and I'm sticking to it. And it's the truth. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and you're going to know everything that happens to me. Thanks for putting up with me. This has been another Fireside Chats by the homeless guy living in a minivan. I'll get back to you. Hi, homeless guy here. Well, I'm parked at work because the cops screwed with me and put me down for a DUI and took my license away because I refused to do a breath test. And because I didn't do anything wrong, man. What I did was I parked my van and left it parked. I wasn't driving. I wasn't doing nothing. But the kids left, and I guess they did something, and they were gone by the time the cops got there. And so now I'm screwed. I went to jail. I didn't blow on their blower thing because I didn't do anything wrong. And apparently now I don't have a license. So I'm parked at work, so at least I can get to work. I got my clothes and stuff, and I have to walk everywhere I go. I'm hating life. But I got God, and I have faith, just not enough, and I have hope, but just not enough. And it's almost more than I can bear. And I'm still homeless, and now I still got to deal with all this stuff, and I can't stay here forever, because somebody's going to find out that I'm sleeping here at night, and they're going to kick me out. I got no place to go because I can't drive. I'm really screwed up, and I hate to beg. So I'm not going to go stand on a street corner or something and ask for money, but I really need fucking money because I need a place to stay in town now. I can't do the trailer park because it's 10 miles away. I have to be somewhere close where I can walk to work for a year until I get my license back, unless I beat this in court, which I should be able to, but we all know the court systems are corrupt and they don't work right. You know, the fact is I wasn't driving and drinking, but they still arrested me for it. And so we all know that the court system is not just. Our justice system is not just. It's just the way it is. And everything is imperfect in this world. So we'll give them some slack. But I have a trial to go to, I guess, and hopefully they'll see it my way. It's been a couple of days since we talked. I still have to go to I don't know, it's probably going to be some kind of pre-trial thing where I get a court-appointed attorney and it's going to drag out and drag out and drag out. In the meantime, I don't have a license or a way to get to court unless I walk 4 miles to catch a bus and somehow make the connection to get to court on time. And then back. Hopefully it's not too late for the bus, or I'll be sleeping at the bus station in Eugene. So basically, I hate this life, and this is why, folks, I don't have a gun. I know for a fact if I had a gun, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I'm really tired of it. And I'm tired of being cold. Even if I had my license, I'm still tired of being cold. I would still have a couple weeks, 3-4 weeks before I have enough money to get a place. And but now I got to pay all the rest of this crap. And God says He's not going to give you more than you can bear to handle. And well, the burden is tough, man. And either I can handle it, or there's no God. I believe there is a God. I believe in all that. I'm not a fanatic, but I need some help. I really need some help because I'm losing it here. I'm losing my marbles. I'm losing my patience. I'm tired of being cold. I'm tired of being alive. I'm tired of it. And of course, you can't reach out and help me because by the time anybody sees this video, I'll either have a place or be dead or in the same spot as I am now. I don't know. But, no more by the fireside chats because I can't drive 5 miles out of town to go let my kitty play in the woods and be somewhere where there's no lights. Hold on. Lights everywhere in my eyes when I'm trying to sleep. Traffic on the road. Very noisy, very bright. I'm used to the woods where it's quiet and dark. I don't sleep well anymore. And, pray for me, please. Pray for the homeless guy that you never met before you even saw any of these videos. God can make this work. Pray for me, please. Dear Heavenly Father, please forgive me for my sins and bless all these people. And let them know now that I need help and help them pray for me. They may not know what they're praying for, Lord, but please help me. And bless them all, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. Anyway, so I just thought I should do another edition of the By the Steering Wheel chat. And this is actually the first installment. I don't know, it's colder than a refrigerator in my van tonight. I don't have to worry about my food going bad, as if I had anything. But, yeah, it's like 34 to 29. I'm not sure which thing you're supposed to believe. But refrigerators are 40. It's cold in here. And it's always cold in here, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Oh well. Still where I am. I can't change nothing. Concrete and fences all around me, lights everywhere, traffic. I'm afraid to let my kitty out to play. She's got no trees to play on. This is my gun. If I cock my finger just... This is my gun. If I cock my finger just right, it goes snap. My thumb. Watch. Push it back. I don't know if you can hear it. Blank. Huh. Snap. And that's where I'm at. But I don't think God blesses you for taking your own life, and I don't think you probably go to heaven for taking your own life. God has me in his arms right now. He's protecting me because I can't protect myself. Satan is bombarding me and taking my life away. He can't actually take my soul and my spirit away from me. He can hurt my body, but my life is not his to take. He can only do what God allows him to do. And Why is God allowing him to do all of this? Why is God allowing Satan to do all of this to me? I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. You know what else? I was reading in Genesis today that God made a woman for Adam because he was lonely. I'm lonely. So, what's up with that? I'm so tired of it. The drama in my life has to stop. Why can't I live a real life? Have a relationship that lasts forever like they're supposed to do. Have a spiritual relationship that lasts forever like they're supposed to do. And a physical relationship that lasts forever like it's supposed to. Without sin, of course. Please, Lord. I want Joyce. Forever. As a spiritual partner in this life. I want the studies that she has to offer. I want to be able to impart to her some things that she doesn't understand. And I think together we'd make a great relationship. I think we would become more godly, more spiritual. Anyway. People at work cried for me. Nah, they prayed for me and cried for me. But when they prayed for me, I cried. They asked me, "What do you need, Jim?" And I said, "I don't even know. I'm already saved, yet I'm in need of something." And they kind of generically prayed for God's will in my life. And for 3 or 4 minutes, and with their hands on me. And when they were done praying, I had tears running out of my eyes. And I didn't want to leave church. I felt safe there. And I felt forgiven. And I felt warm. And I felt loved. And I didn't want to leave. I would rather to have died than leave God's grace right then. And that's serious. Please, Jesus, come back right now. This is not more than I can handle. God always keeps his promises. But it's close. It's really close. It's so close that I don't even know if it's real. God bless my brother. God bless Joyce. And please, God bless me. God bless my ex-girlfriend. God bless my family. Today, God bless everybody. Bring them to the light. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So this has been the take 2 of the first installment of By the Steering Wheel chats. And right now I gotta let you go. But I'll get back to you. This is Homeless Guy. Man, keep smiling. Smile your way through it. Later. Hi, Homeless Guy here, living in the minivan. I lost my spot down at the river. That was nice. Mr. Mittens had a little girlfriend. He could play in the woods. I could have a fire. I could keep warm. It's been almost a week since I recorded anything because I'm in turmoil. I don't have a license because they took it, and for something that I didn't do. And I'm stranded. I can't even drive this vehicle. What I did was God, it's been so long I can't even remember. I was rejoicing because my vehicle was back at camp and they didn't tow it. And I made it to church on Sunday. I didn't make the Saturday dinner because I was in jail. Thank you, Satan. And but I made it to church and I started rebuilding my life. But I had such a weight on my shoulder. People prayed for me and I cried. And I went to wash my clothes, driving. Got my clothes washed. My lady friend was at church in Springfield. But when she finally got out, well, I went and parked my van at McDonald's after the clothes were washed. I'm sorry, a well-known fast food chain. And after the clothes were washed, and went in and I had some breakfast, and I had some coffee, texted my lady friend that I was there, and just left my van parked because I all of a sudden realized that, you know what? My license isn't in my wallet. And I called my friend who knows some things about this, and he says, if you refuse to blow on the breathalyzer, they're taking your license for a year, automatic. But I didn't do anything wrong. I wasn't drinking and driving. I wasn't being squirrely like they said I was. And since I was innocent, I mean, not just not guilty, but innocent. When I went down there, I parked that van after that guy moved, and it was parked there the whole night. The kids came and they left. And the van was in the same place. But so I refused their breathalyzer because I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, I was drinking, but I was not driving. Period. So they took my license. I figured that out when I was in town. Now I'm afraid to drive, because then Satan will take my vehicle, which is my home, and put me in jail again, which I don't think I'm strong enough to handle. I'm serious. I don't know how I could handle being in jail again. I would rather die. A lot rather die than be in jail. A lot. So, I finally, after my my lady friend, met me at McDonald's, a well-known fast food chain. We had a chat, a good chat. We had a little Bible study, and my plan was my church dinner was at 6. Before I met her, because she was in Springfield doing stuff at her church, I walked the town and walked it and walked it and walked it, left my van at the well-known fast food chain, parked. I went in there once again waiting and had some hot water, and went and walked some more until finally she says, well, where are you? Your van's here, but you're not here. And I said, I'm a couple blocks away. And so we met up and we talked for a while, actually. Talked and studied. And I was walking in the Spirit praying that Satan couldn't affect me anymore, knowing that I was driving without a license, and that the police were parked right next door, and I didn't know if they were watching me or not, but it bugged me. And we got done talking, and we had a pretty good talk. It was better than just sitting in silence, and she even said it was a better time than, not a date, but a better time, because I actually don't talk too much, but I found stuff to talk about, and we enjoyed our company a little better. It was mostly spiritual and study, but they had that damn TV there, and I kept looking at the TV because I don't get media, I don't get no TV, and it kept drawing my attention, and so I think she was put off by that a little bit, and I don't blame her. But then it came time to go, and what I wanted to do was go to my church dinner. It was 8 blocks away or something, and I was scared. I'm scared Satan's going to hurt me again. Look at the sunset when you can. So she says, well, do you want me to drive your van? And I says, you're not going to like the inside of my van because, there's kitty litter on the passenger side floorboard. It smells like a brewery in here. And she says, I don't care. I'm not going to judge you on that. But I can drive it down there for you because it's 8 blocks away. The vehicle's perfectly fine. It's insured. It's got plates on it. I'm good to go. Except I don't have a license, and I'm just waiting for Satan to screw me again. And so I'm going like, okay, well, you can, sure, or you could follow me. But actually, her driving it would have been a better idea. So I give her the key. And she hops in. She says, I don't really know how to drive an automatic because it's been so long, but I'll figure it out. And I'm going like, oh, all of a sudden I don't have no place to sit because the kitty litter's in the passenger side floorboard, and I can't sit there. So what I did was crawled in back where my bed is and kind of sat up, and she drove me to the church and parked me. And then we walked back to her car, and I was going to walk back to the church where this vehicle was, but she says, hop in. And she gave me a ride back to the church, and I was there about an hour early or so, and I went over to a supermarket across the street, and I was going to sit and, just stay warm for a while until the church opened up. But there was people sitting in the Dutch Brothers sitting area where the Wi-Fi is and all that, whatever that is. And I was looking out the big glass windows in the supermarket, and I saw people pulling into the church where my van was already parked. So I went there, and I waited for a few minutes until there was more people, more cars there. And then I went to the door, and one of the ladies says, can I help you? And I says, well, you're having a barbecue tonight. I can help you set things up and stuff. She says, well, we really don't need any help, but you can come in and stay warm. So I did. And it was a great dinner. I had a cheeseburger and some kind of noodle salad. And after we had praise, and there was people there, lots of people, and most of them don't even go to that church or go to church at all. They just come for the dinner because they have it every Sunday night. And I was really blessed. And thank you, Jesus. One guy walked up to me, one of my friends there, like the first guy that I met, and says, last night, or between the first service and the second service, I guess, between the first service and the dinner, he says, God spoke to me, and he held out his hand like this, and I put my hand out, and he put something in my hand, and I knew it was cash. And I'm not taking charity, folks, but he says, God told me to give this to you. I didn't even know what it was until the next day when I looked. It was a $50 bill. That helps me out immensely for food because I don't have any money right now. I had to pay insurance. I had to pay everything, man. And so that was a blessing. But I'm not taking it from charity, but you can't turn down something that when he says, well, God told me to do this, because that blesses him. And it blesses me. And then after the service, during the service, it wasn't a service, it was a dinner. I said, does anybody live in the next town? Because I live in another town. It's 4 miles away from where the church is. And they say, yeah, I do, and I do. And if they don't work out, I'll give you my number and you can call me, because what I want to do is a ride to church. And the guy says, this guy I know, he says, yeah, I'll give you a ride. And he says, how come you need a ride? Well, no, he goes like this. He says, yeah, I'll give you a ride in. And we usually go on Wednesdays too. Would you like to join? And I said, sure. And at the end of the service, I said, sir, would you do me a favor and follow me to where I parked? Because they know I'm homeless. Well, he says, sure. He says, why do you need me to follow you? And I says, oh, my blinkers don't work. And he says, no problem. So he followed me to here. This is where I work. Huge facility. And he followed me all the way into the parking lot to where I'm parked now. And he says, is it just your blinkers that don't work? Because all my other lights work. Everything's fine. I'm licensed, or my vehicle has good plates on it and everything. And I drive well. But he says, is there just your blinkers aren't working? Because I don't know if he's going to hook me up with a repair service or what. And I said, actually, sir, and I told him, what happened the night on Friday night that I was arrested and spent the night and most of Saturday in jail, and they took my license, and it wasn't even my fault. And so, in other words, first time I talked, I told him to follow me, so the cop wouldn't get behind me. I lied to him, and but when I told him the truth, he put his hands on my shoulder, and he says, "God is going to bless you for your trials. God is going to bless you, and I'll pick you up on Wednesday. He's going to pick me up on Sundays. He knows exactly where I'm at and exactly what I'm dealing with, and he's very spiritually strong. This gentleman is, and so I've been here. It's Friday. Well, it's Thursday now. I got paid, but I didn't get a ride into the town where I got to cash my check, where my lady friend works, because the guy that told me he would give me a ride in, they had other obligations, so I'll probably cash my check tomorrow. And my kitty's been dying to get out, and I can't let him out until the plant's closed, which is like at 11:30. And then he'll run around and play with the other kitties and kill mouses or whatever. But what he wants to do is go in, and I cannot let him in that plant. There's plywood stacked everywhere. He'll get behind the unit. He'll get run over by a heister, and so I don't let him out. But today, I bought him a harness a long time ago. I hope there's a video of that. From the Dollar Tree. Cannot figure out how to use it. And he likes to be totally free, not just on a rope. But today he was running around everywhere, scratching up the furniture, meowing, and I looked everywhere for that harness, and the last place I looked, I found it. So I figured, it took me a long time to figure out how this Dollar Tree harness fits on a kitty, because it's a dog harness, but for a small dog. Well, he's kind of a medium kitty. I figured it out, and I have 100 feet of rope, and I tied it to my rim of my tire, and he's out there now. Let's go see how he's doing. Let's look at the sunset again. There's no reason that I have to turn you away. There's no reason. Huge plant. Almost a football field long, I guess. Rope. Tied to the rim. Tied to the rim. Uh-oh. I don't see a kitty. Dollar Tree harness, folks, does not work. So, all the back doors are shut, but the kitty's gone. And so, at least if he's back here, he's not in that stupid plant. So that didn't work out real well, and I don't know what I did wrong. I did the best I could with the harness. No kitty, but a harness. So he didn't want to be constrained, but there he is. Hi, Mr. Mitten. Hens get out of the harness. Don't go in the plant, and as soon as you want in, you just meow. Mr. Mitten. He's a good boy, and I'm not going to worry about him. Dear Heavenly Father, please forgive me for my sins, and please protect me and protect my kitty. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Boneyard. Well, I'm not going to worry about it. As long as he doesn't get in that plant, I don't have nothing to worry about. But it's cold and windy out here, so I'm calling back in. Well, that plan didn't work out real well, did it? Oh well, I'll try better next time. Escape artist. Well, this is Homeless Guy. It's been a while since we talked, and I'm sure glad we got to. And I'm parking here without anybody's permission. Swing shift, who's here now, obviously knows I live here. Day shift, they got no clue. Nobody knows that I lost my license. So, you know, I'm living on the edge, but every day I pray for Jesus' protection. I want his spirit in me and surrounding me, because I cannot let Satan affect my life anymore. I'm walking, praying, singing praises, and I'm not going to let Satan affect my life. He's hanging around. Okay, anyways, this is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. Hi, Homeless Guy here. Getting some footage for you of all the motorcycles out here. Sure would like to show them to my lady friend. Homeless guy living in a minivan, but maybe not for very long. I've got an application for an apartment complex down here. There's 4 or 5 units open, and they're not too bad. They're better than a van anyways. And I don't know about my Mr. Mittens. I have to talk to the owner about that. These people in the office can't give me a yes or no whether I get to move in. Besides, I haven't filled out my application yet. And but I'll have to speak with the owner, some kind of little interview process or something, and I'll do fine because God's blessing me. And it's like $400 a month, thereabouts, $390 to $400, and trying to get these bikes. And it's a $500 deposit. Bet they give you 3 months to pay for it. So that's awesome, and I can do this. I don't know about right now, but in 2 weeks, I'm there for sure. And, well, you know, except for the application and the interview part, that's not going to be an issue, I don't believe. So, just filling you guys in on something good that's happening in my life today because of Jesus' blessings. Alright, well, it's all going to my memory card, so I guess I should not fill it all up. So, this is Homeless Guy. Wish me luck. I'll get back to you. Beautiful day. Hi, Homeless Guy here. Well, here it is, move-in day. Well, yesterday actually was, but yay! Raining outside, nice and dry inside. This is the living room. Don't have any furniture. Here's my bedroom. My sleeping bag. That's all I got. Sleeping bag. I have a stove. Oh, a sink where I can get a fridge, and a roof over my head, and lights that stay on all night, and heaters, and a toilet, and hot water. Yay! Except, this is the bad part. They will not let Mr. Mittens in. So he's at the mill, the plant, homeless. And he's my buddy, and I feel really, really bad. That, man, I had to make a choice. I had to get out of that van, right? So, that's it. Happy but sad, bittersweet. Heater. So anyways, I just got off of work. I need to do some stuff. This is ex-homeless guy living in a minivan. I don't know if I'll be back to you this time. Thanks for putting up with me. Bye. Naked homeless guy in a house used to be naked, living in a minivan. Woo! Now I have a place, and I have a job, but I have more bills now. But I have less gas expenses, less, buying food from the store expenses. It's going to be a lot cheaper living in a place. This is the second installment of ex-homeless guy living in a minivan, because I don't live in a minivan no more. I live in a house. Yay! It's not put together yet, but there's my former house. Beautiful, man. That's a great house. That's a motorhome right there. You betcha. But, I had to leave my kitty behind, and all of you know how fucking important that cat was to me. He kept me warm at night. He was my company ever since my ex-girlfriend left me on July in 2013. That was my buddy. Now I don't have him no more, and I didn't even see him today. Really, really sad about that. They won't even let me have him in here. But I'm thinking about sneaking them in. But if they catch me, guess where I am? I'm back in that minivan. I had to make a choice, folks. And I think I'm going to make a choice to keep that kitty and put cardboard up against the window so that when he jumps and he thinks he's somewhere, he falls back down. As long as they don't see him in the windows, everything will be fine. But he always poops in the litter box. Always, never missed once in 13 months. So I think I'm going to cheat. And I think I'm going to take a chance on my life here and bring my kitty in. But I didn't see him yesterday at all. And I didn't see him today because I decided today was going to be a recoup day from homeless guy living in a minivan to living in a shelter. I'm in an apartment now. I took the whole day just for me. I took a long shower. I have good meals. And it makes me feel good. I'm trying to start to feel right again. But you know what? After 3.5 months living in that little minivan, I'm not really right no more. Even my head is screwed up. I would still love to kill myself over missing my kitty. Well, that's not right thinking, is it? So, I needed a day to just start being me again, because I'm not crazy. I'm not insane. I am just Jim. I have a 114 IQ. I work at a job that demeans me, which I missed today. Which I don't really miss it, but I called in sick. I'm final packaging for a pre-finishing plywood plant, and it's like the lowest job on the job scale. But but I'm a machine operator. That's what they call me. But actually, I'm just a bander. The last 2 days, I've been running a saw, a big panel saw, Holzma, from dated back to the Stone Age. But done a good job, and then they wanted to take me off it and let the other guy finish it with shop panels. So now I'm back to banding, and I just said, screw it, taking the day off. I'm going to sit in my house. I slept in until 8. I already had pizza for breakfast. I'm going to have a bacon cheeseburger for lunch or dinner. I am enjoying this. All of this. But I miss my kitty. And these motherfuckers won't let me have him. So I'm thinking about sneaking him in and putting cardboard along the windowsill so when he jumps up, he slides off. As long as they don't know he's here, I think I'll be okay. But this guy is really strict. 15 years, no pet policy. He doesn't want the kids that are living here being bit by dogs. And if he lets one guy in with the best pet in the world, which is Mr. Mittens, everybody's going to want a pet and be allowed to have him. And I understand it. I understand where he's at. But for me, that's no help. I need my Mr. Mittens. And my Mr. Mittens needs me. He loves me. He's lost without me. Don't you understand that? He's running around meowing at every car, looking in every car, jumping up like this, looking in every car, wondering where Jim is. Where's my buddy? He says. And I didn't even see him yesterday or today. I'm really sad. I'm really sad. I need my kitty. And everything in the world will be right. I pray. I go to church. I do everything right. But I gotta break this one rule where Mr. Mittens gets to come inside with me. As soon as I get the chance to get hold of him, I'll take him home. And I hate breaking the rules. I hate breaking the rules. Guess I'm going to get kicked out of here. I'm going to be living in that damn minivan again. But Mr. Mittens is my family. Do you understand that? I don't know how I can get away with this, but I'm going to try. I'm upset. I hate this part of it. I wake up rejoicing, but when I know my Mr. Mittens is out there a mile away fending for himself and not getting cuddles and love from his dad, makes me sad. I'm really sad. Wow. This is naked ex-homeless guy in an apartment. Maybe I'll get back to you. God bless you all, and I love you. Bye. Hi, homeless guy here. Not really homeless guy, I got a place. Ex-homeless guy here. Used to live in a minivan. Well, I'm really loving it. I guess I've got like 600,000 K or something left on my memory card. I thought I'd burn some of that up. You see this going on out here? They have a Ford Ranger with a dog in their front seat. And I was told I couldn't even have my kitty here. And this is the only bad part about this place, is there's a negative pet policy. Not even going to think about it. And yet, I says, well, what if I just let him live in my van? You know, this cat is very special. And he has not missed the litter box once since I've had him. And they won't let him in. So I have to abandon him at work. At least I get to see him once in a while. I saw him today. He's not the same. He's not the same. He's a broken-hearted kitty. I know he's a broken-hearted kitty. He's hurting inside because he doesn't have me. And so I said, well, how about if I let him live in my van? And they said, well, that's not really no life for a kitty. And if I let one person have a pet in their vehicle, I'll have to let everybody have a pet in their vehicle. And yet, out there in that Ford Ranger that you can't see, out there in that Ford Ranger is a dog, and he's here every fucking day. Oh, pardon my language. Not a good thing for a church-going guy to say. And I can't even have my little mittens here? Yeah, there's a dog in there. And I hear tell that I know somebody that has a mother-in-law that lives here, probably has cats. Man, I don't want to get kicked out of here. I can't afford it. I can't do it. But people breaking the rules. I'm not breaking the rules. But if they're going to allow one person in here with a pet, they got to allow everybody in here with a pet. Ask for a pet policy, a pet deposit or something. But don't tell me I can't have my Mr. Mitten. He's a very special kitty. He loves me, and I love him. I love him. And I'm very sad. Don't know what I'm going to do about it yet. But yeah, happy Friday. This is ex-homeless guy. I'll get back to you. Maybe. I don't have to no more. I told you this would end when I got a place, and now I got a place. But there's still drama going on in my life. Like, next Tuesday I got some kind of court date because they picked me up for DUI that I didn't even do. So, not going to be a great thing. But I think Jesus is going to help me beat it. In Jesus' name I'm praying. Because I didn't do it. I didn't even drive. I was drinking. The kids were playing in the woods with a chainsaw and trucks, but I was just sitting there enjoying their fire. So they can't stick it on me. They can't. Unless it's going to be a great miscarriage of justice. I could spend 6 months in jail, lose my job, everything. I do not believe God will allow that to happen. I pray for His protection daily, almost hourly. Anyways, ex-homeless guy. Bye. Hi, homeless guy here. Well, you know, I've been in an apartment for 2 or 3 weeks now, thank God. Just for kicks, my farmer friend down here, I'm gonna leave him a message in his mailbox and tell him how I'm doing. But just for kicks, I was coming down to the end of the road here to see where I used to live, and well, good thing I don't live here anymore. Check this out. I used to live on the other side of those power line poles over there, and the water is all the way up to here. You know, that's deep right there. So the river's right there up in the field and where I used to live. And probably still rising with this rain. So I just wanted to let you know this. Pretty neat, huh? This is a ex-homeless guy living in a minivan. Now I live in an apartment. Bye. Hi, homeless guy here. It's my last day with a valid license, so I'm going to run around and collect some evidence for my case. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop at the gas station where I was, reset my odometer, and then I'm going to Dairy Mart. That's where I was. And then I'm going out the crossroads, and I'm going to check my odometer and take pictures of it along the way, and to prove that I wasn't driving around the night they arrested me for driving and drinking. So that's my story. I'm going back to camera mode so I can take pictures of all this. Thanks, bye. Hi, homeless guy here. Not homeless anymore. Well, this is pretty much precisely where I was parked when the cops came down and arrested me for DUI. I just drove the route from that I drove that night. I've got proof that it's 12.4 miles, and you know, on my rig, because my speedometer is off by 5 miles an hour or something. But anyway, this place is a mess. Oil on the floor, cans and garbage everywhere, bottles in the road. I never left it like this, not even once. Litter everywhere, as far as you can see. The original fire pit is over here, right there. That's where they had their big fire. It was massive, man. I mean, the bed of coals was huge, that big around. I can't show you because I'm holding the camera. And my van was parked, I don't know, probably right in here somewhere. Probably right here. I was pretty close to the fire. I had my lawn chair out where that wood is. But now there's oil all over the ground. up here is where I parked. You know, I came down here and there was somebody in my spot in a truck, and I parked over here, and I let my mittens out so I could smoke a cigarette, because I don't like smoking when he's in the car. I've told you that before. But anyway, that guy was there for 5 or 10 minutes, and then he left. And I got out to make sure Mittens was out from under the van, and once the guy got out of sight, I pulled my van around and parked in my spot. But I was stuck because I had one part of my van on the road and one part of my van in the muck, in the mud. So I had to rock it back and forth to get it out. But it wasn't that big a deal. You know, it took a couple minutes, but note to self, that stuff's muddy and slippery. Oh, and that's like a one-wheel drive or something. It's don't have no traction. It could have spun. I mean, if it grabbed traction on the road, then I would have been out of there easy. But of course, the wheel that was in the mud was the one that spins, so that didn't help me out a whole bunch. Anyways, I'm walking down here today. Yesterday, the water was halfway up that road over there, real high. There's still water in the neighbor's field. He's my buddy. Just for kicks, we'll go for a walk. It's 4:09. I can legally drive until midnight. Of course, I won't be driving that late. But tomorrow I got to go to court at 8:30 in the morning because I got a ticket for the implied consent law that they should have never had to give me a breathalyzer because I wasn't driving. Garbage everywhere. So anyway, here's our river that we've been keeping an eye on. That's the boat landing, folks. It's all the way up here. See how high it is? Wow. Anyways, I guess I'm getting out of here. I don't feel like walking in the woods and getting wet on my shoes, but I guess I will. It's not raining too bad. Just hope it's not real soppy in there, and it probably is. Because once you get off this gravel, it's pretty bad. There's pieces of wood and more garbage. Garbage everywhere. I kind of want to see if my wood is still out here. I sure do miss my mittens. I went to see him today, the place where yeah, it's slippery. The place where I found a home for them. They go to church with me, and they're real nice people, and they've got cats, and Mittens is pretty happy, but he misses me, and so I went to see him today. Since I won't have a driver's license, I won't get to see him very much anymore, and that's sad, because we've gone through a lot together. A lot. Well, my wood is gone. They've used it up. Homeless guy's out of here, so it ain't no big deal. Used to be a wood pile right there. Oh well, you know, I don't care. I got a place to stay now. And just no mittens. Just showing you the garbage. And people don't take care of stuff around here. And it's too bad that they can't respect Mother Nature and the property that we allow them to recreate on. You know, I took pretty good care of this place when I was down here. I'm wondering if they pulled that down so they could have the wood, or if it fell, because it had been pretty windy, and there was that snow. That was one of Mitten's good trees. He loved it. Well, anyways, I'm about had enough of this. So let's walk over here. Full can of spray paint, probably used to start fires. It's probably going to be blue because I saw a paint lid over there earlier. Well, this ain't my responsibility anymore, so going home. Tomorrow going to court, missing work. Luckily, I got a ride to Eugene. I don't know about back. Yeah, there's two more spray bottles here. They're probably nursing their fire. Well, I love you guys, and thanks for hanging in there with me. Look. I don't know if you can see that, but 12.4, just like it was after I got out of jail and came down here to sleep. The next morning I took a picture of my odometer. It said 12.4. That's exactly the route I drove today. And that proves I wasn't driving. I wasted a little bit over there when I got stuck, but it's almost right on the money. So there's my case right there. Love you guys. Bye.